So the Fremont Troll sits on Troll Avenue. That'll people chew gum and stick it onto the wall.
Hi, I'm Ryan. Come and explore the beautiful coastal city of Seattle with me and learn English along the way in an easy, comprehensible format. This is English Learning Adventures.
Yeah, you might as well.
I live in Seattle, like I haven't been here in 30 years, but 20 years, I don't know.
Okay, I'm down from Canada, so it's all new to me.
Okay.
Kind of making the tour and the rounds.
Fremont Troll, real VW bug under there.
Is it real? Okay, that's cool.
And then I believe the ice hubcap comes up.
Okay. It's a pretty cool thing.
It is pretty cool.
And so apparently, as I was just told, this is a real Volkswagen Beetle that he's holding. It doesn't look very real. It looks like it's part of the sculpture. But apparently underneath some of the concrete that has been laid on top, there is a real Volkswagen Beetle. And apparently his eye is also a hubcap, although you can't see it very well right now because somebody has done chalk graffiti on it. Somebody's colored in his eye with a little bit of graffiti. And he's pretty neat because he looks out over this viewpoint. So you get this beautiful viewpoint under the Fremont Bridge here. It's really pretty. Here's an adjective for you, frustrated. I'm feeling frustrated right now because I just realized that I filmed all of my footage of the troll in slow-mo, so I won't be able to show you much of the troll, and I feel frustrated. I feel like I'm pulling my hair out because there's not much I can do, and so you can use that idiom to describe when you're feeling particularly frustrated. But these are houseboats, and they float on the water. They have a series of buoys under them to lift them and make them float. And these are very desirable houses, I think, because they are right on the waterfront. But they float and they do move around a little bit, so it does sort of feel like you are in a boat when you're on one of these houses.
Or like the Coast Guard helicopter.
This is the Adobe office on my right-hand side. They've got a beautiful beachfront or waterfront view, and there's some sort of a sculpture or memorial to somebody up here. Sri Chimoy, dreamer of world peace. I have to say, I've never heard of him before. Here's a specialized piece of vocabulary for you. On the boat, this gentleman is tying up the sails. And you can use tie up, that's fine. People understand what you're saying. But the boating term for this is unfurl the sails. And so you can unfurl a flag, you can unfurl a tarp, you can unfurl a sail or any large piece of fabric. And it's not a word that's used very much, but it's a fun word to have. Now, I don't know what's going on here, but a few sailboats have just let out their horn. They've just honked their horn, or blew their horn, I think is more appropriate when you're talking about boats. And I hear a bell. And so I think there's a train that's going to go by. I'm gonna see if I can get up there in time so I can see it go by, because it's always exciting when trains go by. It's not a train after all. It is a bridge
that was built a little bit too low to let bigger boats or boats go by. They would hit the top of their sail on the bridge. So this bridge actually has hydraulics in it, and it opens up the whole bridge for the sailboat to go by. This is a bridge again, so cars will be able to proceed. They'll be able to go by after the bridge closes. That behind me is the Fremont Bridge. That's where we just came from, where the trawl was. And in front of me, on the other side, is the Google office in Seattle. So Google office, Adobe office. Google, I think, is definitely a bigger company than Adobe, but they're both pretty big companies. A lot of the economy in Seattle is run through these two companies right here. So there's a very prolific tech industry here. It's a place where a lot of the tech companies end up. Seattle. One thing I love about wandering around cities is the architecture that is here. So this building, it looks like an apartment complex, but it has this really interesting kind of surround to it. And it's got this, it's encased or wrapped in a architectural element or a design. In this case, it actually looks a little bit like fish or an octopus, but that's interpretation. Interpret means that I am finding a meaning. I don't know if that's the meaning that was intended behind this piece of art, but I have chosen to interpret it as a octopus or a squid because there's a lot of that in this area. So that's a really good word you can use, interpret. You can also interpret charts or data. So like if you're looking at a professional chart or a professional graph, it's your job to interpret the data in the graph. And I think I'm gonna go for a pho. So this looks like a decent place to eat. This looks delicious. I've been in the mood for pho for quite a while. All right, dig in. Dig in is kind of a colloquial phrase for enjoy your food. So dig in. It's exactly what I was in the mood for. Here's another sculpture in downtown Seattle. This one's called Waiting for the Interurban Bus, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm waiting for the interurban bus. I just missed my bus, actually. So it's kind of a neat little thing that I'm sure most people don't even notice. There's a little dog here. This is a sign about the waiting for the interurban bus. And I like this part, the little dog face that I just showed you. It's a little, it's a dog with a human's face, I guess, not a dog face. But it says, its story has it that the face of the dog is of another local legend. He was the unofficial mayor of Fremont, so it wasn't a real position, but he was very instrumental in the Fremont early years, I guess, and he was known for his recycling and activism. So he implemented, it calls him the Christopher Columbus of curbside recycling. So I guess that means he discovered it. So it's kind of a euphemism for discovering curbside recycling. All right, now I really need to go or I'll miss my bus a second time.
This is the Pike's Place Market in downtown Seattle. And the very first Starbucks was started in the Pike's Place Market. So this is the birthplace of the Starbucks coffee chain. And I'm about due for a coffee, so let's go see if we can find that Starbucks. This is Rachel the Pig. This is a bronze piggy bank that was fashioned after a real pig. And legend has it, if you make a donation and rub her nose, you will have good luck. So there's quite a commotion up here. I've read somewhere about a famous fish throw. So I guess this is the fish throw. It looks like the man in the market is throwing a fish to a customer that's behind the counter. This is going to be a long throw. I wonder if she'll catch it.
This is a old carnival show, and I haven't seen these since ever, I don't think. And there's all of these little things that you can look into here, and you can read a little bit about the history. And kind of a cool feature of some of these is that they're very dark. You can't really see what's going on into them until you throw in a quarter, and there's a little animation and lights up in there, and so you can see the attraction. And I love that it's only a quarter, 25 cents. A quarter is 25 cents.
So they've got these neat old carnival attractions here. The idea is that you put a bit of money in and they speak to you. This one here is a famous fortune teller, and it's a little bit kitschy. It's a little bit cheesy or weird, but it's kind of cute in its own way. This bookstore has a real dog on display in the window. I think this is really cute. And if you notice the books above him, check this out. Dog Will Change Your Life. This is a great play on words.
This is the gum wall in Seattle. People chew gum and stick it onto the wall. This whole area is postered over, so it's not quite graffiti, but people have plastered posters all over the area, and some of the art is very interesting. There's some very political art and political satire in here. It's a very interesting area.
I've been wandering around for about an hour looking for that Starbucks coffee, and it just doesn't seem to happen, so this will have to make do. Thank you. So I just got an espresso from that little coffee shop there. It's a neat little coffee shop. Everything is very interestingly decorated down here. And it is a delicious coffee as well.
Pike's Place Market, and it's set amongst the downtown, so you can see the skyscrapers in the distance there, but it's just this little market on the waterfront, and it is quite spectacular. It's quite a nice place to be. I feel like it's very touristy. I feel like most of these people are here from somewhere else. I've just found a lovely looking brewery. I'm going to try to get a beer here.
The Pacific Northwest is famous for its hops, which is a flower that grows on a vine, and it gives the beer a citrusy taste. And it's one of my favorite beer types, an IPA, an India Pale Ale, which is a beer that has this hops added.
Right, they're all numbered.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you.
The food menu, or you good with
No, I'm just good with drinks, thank you.
This is a beer flight. It's a number of small glasses that allow you to taste all of the offerings on the menu from this brewery. They brew beer here.
Some very cool paper art. So that's painted and cut cardboard. And it creates a beautiful motif here. Very interesting design. Oh, the Pike's Place Market is exhausting. Feels like a maze in here. I've been looking for that pub again. I want one more beer, but I've been wandering around for an hour trying to find it, and I keep coming across the same place over and over again. So yeah, it's very much like a maze. It's very convoluted or very confusing. The layout is amazing, but it's very difficult to navigate the market. So yeah, let's take one more try and see if I can find that beer.